last look.
Are you gonna be nice?
I've never been nice my whole life. But I'll do my best to be sweet.
In the history of Hollywood, there are a lot of famous families, but I'm always interested in the ones that maybe had a bigger effect, but fly a little more under the radar. And I think a perfect example of this is the Carradine family. The Carradines have existed throughout the history of Hollywood, playing all sorts of parts from B-movies to Oscar winners. The first major Carradine in Hollywood was John Carradine. And John was in about 350 movies, so I don't blame you if you think of him as Dracula or kind of a corny B-movie actor. But the fact is, John Carradine really made his name in films by Cecil B. DeMille and John Ford. And most notably, John Ford's The Grapes of Wrath.
There's something going on out there in the West, and I'd like to try and learn what it is.
John Carradine is perfectly cast as Jim Casey in The Grapes of Wrath. He plays a former preacher, somebody who's totally disillusioned by the Dust Bowl and what's going on with the labor movement. He has this wonderful, sonorous voice, which works so well for the speeches he gives.
I don't know it right yet myself, but I'm trying to find out. That's why I can't ever be a preacher again. Preacher's gotta know.
Of course, probably the most famous Carradine is David Carradine. He has a look that, even though he is a Caucasian man, is kind of ethnically ambiguous, so people love to cast him as everything from Incas to Chinese men. Obviously, times have changed, but what David Carradine did that was so good is he really felt a responsibility in playing a, for instance, Chinese character who knew Kung Fu. He taught himself martial arts, and he considered himself a martial arts evangelist. And I think being someone like that is what caught the attention of Quentin Tarantino, who eventually gave him a huge career resurgence in Kill Bill. What Quentin Tarantino does with David Carradine in Kill Bill is really brilliant. In Kill Bill Volume 1, you actually do not see David Carradine. Much like his father, John, you're just hearing that booming, impressive voice.
You know, I'll bet I could fry an egg on your head right now, if I wanted to.
He is such a menacing figure when all you see is a hand or hear him on a telephone. And then it is absolutely a David Carradine showcase in Kill Bill Volume 2.
What I did to Mommy, what you did to Emilio.
You stomped on Mom?
Worse. I shot Mommy. Not pretend shooting like we were just doing. I shot her for real.
You know that this man is completely despicable. He shot a pregnant woman on her wedding day. But David shows up and just plays Bill as this lovable, coy, menacing, strange figure. He really plays wonderful against Uma Thurman, and this is a great role to remember him by. The only Carradine to win an Oscar, even though it was for Best Original Song, is David Carradine's half-brother, Keith Carradine. He was in the original production of Hair, and that's likely what got the attention of Robert Altman, who gave him his first big screen break in McCabe and Mrs. Miller. He casts him as this very classic character just called Cowboy, and when he shows up, you think he's gonna cause trouble, but in the end, he ends up being this very charming and naive young man who's just excited that women are here. He ends up becoming the heart of the movie, and it's a real tragedy when his character is gunned down. All of Keith Carradine's brothers, including Robert and Christopher, went on to act, but someone that people may not know is related is his half-brother on his mother's side, Michael Bowen. Probably his most famous role is in Jackie Brown as the crooked cop working alongside Michael Keaton. It's an interesting role, and Bowen is great at these sort of creeps, sleazy characters. He is playing the kind of cop that, because the film is about criminals, you really want to see go down.
You've been in the service industry 19 years and all you make is $16,000 plus benefits? Didn't exactly set the world on fire, did you, Jackie?
He's so just dismissive and rude to Jackie Brown throughout the movie. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing things go wrong for him. There may be actors that you don't even realize are related to Carradines at all, and probably the number one person for that is actress Martha Plimpton, who is actually the daughter of Keith Carradine.
This is ridiculous. It's crazy. I feel like I'm babysitting, except I'm not getting paid.
Martha Plimpton started off very young as well in the film The Goonies. Martha here is the nerd. She's the funny one. She actually gets to have the big romance, but a lot of it is comedy along the way. And throughout her career in films like 200 Cigarettes or Beautiful Girls, she continues to be the kind of wisecracking, sarcastic, very comedic woman. The Carradines are a fascinating family that's woven throughout the history of Hollywood, and you should definitely keep your eyes peeled for them the next time you're watching just about any movie.
To explore more film history, watch A Year in Film on Hollywood Suite.